late matchup. Of course, Minji and G4. I want to pay attention to that, but we'll see that on the Rift in action as we are in for our champ select.
All right, so typical, nicely done by Berjaya Dragons. They've seen Ryan's performance on the Elise, so this is an absolutely understandable ban. Meanwhile, Nova Esports, this is clearly very different. Nova Esports taking away that Zoe away from Minji in particular. Wow, all of these are going to be target bans. It's very similar to what we've seen in the previous match where they try to isolate either Mixed Cross or G4 in the mid lane. But now Set isn't going to be in the Rift anymore, so we'll have to see. Senna as well on the blue side ban. There's going to be... Where's the Aphelios? Okay, so Berjaya Dragons, I remember last time they were the ones, they were on red side back then. They were the ones that unleashed the Aphelios on the Rift against Liab. But Berjaya Dragon's going to be first picking the Misfortune. Now, Ornn is open. Ornn is open, and there's actually a couple of things open for Nova Esports, especially for G4. We're not going to be... The trend for week 2 is definitely very different. Usually we see Misfortune into the Ezreal as your secondary pick if you can't have the MF. Now that's going to be the bot lane combo, Mixed Cross and Pop. Don't fix what's not broken anymore, right? So they're going to be having the Kalista and as well as the Thresh. Very, very consistent on that bot lane duo. Meanwhile, we are seeing Minji on the Syndra. And I wonder what the matchup is for G4. This is a very, very fast draft. And now bot lane duo for both teams are secured. We're going to head on over later on to the second banning of rotations. As jungler's still not picked up for both teams. But now as I say it, looks like we're going to see Ryan on the Lee Sin. Meanwhile, for Enzo, curious what he's going to pick up for this one, as there is history. He did pick up the Rek'Sai for himself, but that's going to be taken out as well. Perhaps the Gragas and the Jarvan is still up in the air for the Dragons if they do want to step back a little bit and see what worked in week number 2. Echo going to be banned out here. We've seen a couple of Echoes in the game already, as we've seen that on Raven, and a mid laner from week number 2, perhaps. So Nova, what are you good about, Gragas or Olaf? It is then. So what are the options for Berjaya Dragons? Again, history states Enzo has been playing the Gragas and as well as the Jarvan 4. It will fit well. It has been a classic combo as not the Glacial Prison. I'm thinking Sejuani. I'm thinking the Cataclysm into the bullet time. It has been very effective and has been very scary once the combo has been initiated. And you do have a lot of CC to work with as well, so that you can chain that in. Is that a Kassadin? Assassin is not in this team. This is Nova Esports. We're seeing the second Kassadin, or rather the third Kassadin, in the PCS. I am so hyped.
I can tell. I can tell you're just a little hyped, Riku. Yeah, a Kassadin coming out here is a little bit unexpected.
It is.
Unexpected. Oh my lord. Ooh, just calm down there, Opal. Yeah, going up against the Syndra. Maybe early on we try and see some pressure come out from Enzo on this Gragas to try and maybe isolate that Kassadin a bit more and try and shut him down, because we've seen what happens when Alpha plays the Kassadin. Pretty much once it gets rolling, it's near unstoppable. Exactly.
This is familiar. Is the Fiora going to be locked in for Nova Esports? Because we just saw that matchup. And it still works because you're paired up with a Lee Sin who does really good dives. And there you go. There is literally zero reason not to pick the Fiora into the Aatrox. Rocky has played this matchup previously in the match and very familiar with this matchup more specifically. And Ozzy this time on the Aatrox. This could be either a copy pasta of what happened in Nova's first game for today, or a completely different scenario, as team fighting Berjaya Dragons really do have an edge. A lot of combos to be had. Really good disengage, really good engage as well. Tons of burst damage from Berjaya Dragons. So for Nova Esports, if ever things don't, like if the Rocky plan doesn't work, at least they do have G4 on the Kassadin, who will just, once he gets piling items, especially on top of a Lich Bane, just the huge amounts of burst for G4 later on.
Yeah, and we also have to say hello to the Thai folks, Riku, as we are making a guest appearance on your stream. Apologies, we are looking at trying to fix the Thai language broadcast here as soon as possible, but for now we're just saying hello for at the moment, and of course you guys on English. Well, you guys are set once again because we get ourselves another Fiora from Rocky. We got G4 on the Kassadin. The late game is scary alongside with that Kalista. We'll see how they can fare up, though, against a Misfortune Nautilus combo in that bot lane. I expect K2 and Chili to be a bit more aggressive, but either way, let's go ahead and load onto the Rift for our next game of the night.
Alrighty. So Nova Esports can either end this night in a 2-0 or a 1-1. But, of course, based on their current rankings or current score, they do want to get more W's into their rankings or into their points. But I'm excited. This looks, again, they came from a win. This is going to be a confident Nova Esports.
Yeah, so we got 30 seconds to spawn. We have Nova setting up a line of scrimmage down the river, but it doesn't look like it's going to be all that crazy for right now. I don't expect any crazy action, especially from Berjaya after how they played yesterday. It was a very slow, dreadfully slow. We started talking about lore.
Yeah, we were talking about.
That's a bit too. That's when it gets too slow. So I want to see them trying, especially when you're going against a Kassadin. Like, try and shut down G4.
Yeah.
You have Ignite also on the Syndra for the lane. I expect them to try and make something happen in mid.
I mean, their mid game is looks pretty solid for Berjaya Dragons, especially if you manage to get a lot of pickoffs in the initial part of the game. I mean, the combo is there. Everything is practically there. You do have Enzo for the setup, for the body slam setup. It's going to be tricky once G4 reaches level 6, so it will be difficult to catch G4, as he's just going to have a lot of mobility options to work with. And so for the setup, Minji with the Scatter of the Weak, Body Slam, just mix and match however you like. And add in Chili as well to just probably assist in the mid lane for later. And boom, you got a really good burst coming from Berjaya Dragons.
Yeah, so Enzo going to go ahead and clear that one out. Ryan going to go and do the same on the top side of this map. We'll see whether or not they try and match each other at a scuttle. Like I mentioned, Enzo early on, especially he's running Predator Gragas, which, as weird as it sounds, that is like only half the time what we see on the Gragas.
Right.
In PCS, we also see the Dark Harvest, which
that was the first ever Dark Harvest I've ever seen.
That was, I think, the first Dark Harvest in competitive
League of Legends.
For like in this year, at least this year.
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, yeah, Predator makes a lot more sense, especially if you're trying to get that Kassadin early. Try and get those boots right away. Try and get him before he hits a level 6. Hook in the bot lane from Pop. Not going to connect here as, let's see, Ryan. There you go. I wanted to see, actually. Ryan here is the one that wants to pay a visit. Doesn't follow through on the Q, though. Gets stunned up by the Scout of the Week, and Minji's going to get to safety without having to blow a flash.
Yep, everything's safe for now as Enzo is making his way at bottom side as Nova Esports.
Here comes Mixed Cross. He's forced to flash away, but oh no, Chili was able to buffer his hook via Pops, and like that, it's going to be first blood in the bot lane. Pop does have flash available. Is he going to try and hold on to it? Yeah, he will get to safety here, but not the start Nova was looking for.
First blood goes to Berjaya Dragons. Let's take a look at that again. So Nova Esports, no vision at that brush over there. Nice flash auto to stun in. Beautifully done as Mixed Cross will just get a lot of damage. Damage funneled onto that. BJD gets that first blood. And meanwhile, this is going to be a familiar scenario at the top side of the map as we see Rocky already advancing against Ozzy here as he already has reached his level 4. Earlier, I think it was Ozzy pushing into Rocky. I think that was pre-level 3. So I think Rocky's in a very comfy spot now to try and dash in and just dance away in the top lane. But now Nova Esports top side do have priority and a lot of vision as well. Therefore, scaring, oh really, not really scaring, but oh my word, look at that.
Yeah, Rocky. I think he's gonna start he's gonna start drawing bans here on this Fiora the way it's going, as he's already been able to push in this Aatrox once again. It's the exact same matchup as earlier, Fiora into the Aatrox, and it just seems like Rocky has this matchup on lockdown. See, Enzo not going to try and approach this Scuttle. Doesn't actually see that Ryan's taking it, so they'll back off here for now. As still, I think a calm game. I think the only action we were going to see is in this mid lane pre-6 on the Kassadin. Ninja here should be able to get a little chunk of damage. He actually doesn't go for the combo. There it is. Going to throw another minion, add another ball. G4's down to about half health.
Beautifully done by Minji. Will at least push G4 a little bit on towards the aggressive side once Ryan decides to gank the mid lane. And now Nova Esports does have an idea on where Enzo is at the point. Okay.
Here we go. Pop gets caught out. Doesn't have his hook available. Ends up going to save it. That's going to force the flash out. As this bot lane has been the main target here for Berjaya. See Ryan, though, looking to make another appearance. Enzo just behind him. Predator's popped. Oh, they're just going to go ahead and collapse there onto Ryan as he gets to safety. Very nicely done. Ends up using the safeguard mid-air to get over to G4 to avoid the stun.
Very smooth coming from Ryan. And at that point, at least gank denied by Nova Esports. No casualties. Rocky scaring away Ozzy again. He's already half HP. Rocky's having fun.
Rocky, he is established. He is the main rock of the region, all right? You do not mess with Rocky. He will dominate your lane. I think someone in chat said he was able to flex so hard that he inspires fear into his enemies in the lane. I love his MVP photo. He had so much fun. He had so much fun at the photo shoot, from what I was told.
Aw.
He loves having it. I don't blame him. I think a lot of the players actually, their MVP photos are actually just great. I love it.
I should browse through the MVP photos.
Have you gone through the folder?
Not yet. I haven't gone through the folder.
I thought we went through the folder already. Oh.
Should. I think we just saw the player facts.
Yeah, we have the player fact sheet. If you guys want to know cool, interesting facts, I got that on lockdown. I just have to translate it all. That's the only issue. It's half, like a couple teams are in English, the rest is kind of in Mandarin or, and then I think the one in, Actually, I think Nova is in English because Jamie's their team manager's I believe from the UK, so he helps with a lot of the communications. And actually, like, a lot of the communication on Nova is actually pretty decent. Listening to their comms from time to time, I know Pop is actually pretty fluent when it comes to English. Like, he understands English very well. I believe Mixed Cross can say it as well. Ryan, too. So Ryan and Pop are also able to communicate quite well. All is good here. As, Ryan's just going to go for another invade. That does open up the dragon, though, on the bot side of the map, and Berjaya are going to go ahead and take their first one.
But Minji, though, is sliced to less than 1/4 the HP here. Very tricky. Let's see if Ryan can get a sneak, but there are minions climbing already, so the path of the Q is not clear, basically, for the snipes. And meanwhile, bot lane of Nova Esports popped off at Ignite on towards Chili. He's just going to try and back away. Actually, Mixed Cross and Pop will go back. This either gives way for Berjaya to take at least one plate. Mixed Cross does not have teleport. We'll see, because there's a ton of vision on Berjaya's side.
See, Rocky able to avoid a little bit of the damage there, as well as the CC. The chain's pretty telegraphed, so you can parry that right away. See, Minji going to push in that lane. It's going to force G4 to have to farm underneath tower. Does Ryan go for it? No, Enzo is still nearby. They've been pretty much being buddy-buddy at this point. Maybe looking for this Rift Herald. Nova does know this is happening, though, as the control ward is there, as well as the Scuttle. So it does look like Berjaya are the ones that want to start this up. Level 6 is there for the Gragas as well. Look at that. Chili, he's on top of a ward, so he's spotted out immediately here. Rocky will play safe.
This is what we were talking about. Nova Esports like these objective fights. This is their chance. How are they going to enter? We'll see.
Ryan Okay, so Rift Herald does turn its back toward Nova. That's a
Ooh.
good start here. Let's see if Pop would need to get himself a
Oh.
quick side. Ryan
Ooh.
goes in for the kick. He's actually able to find Minji, but he's able to get his ult off in time, and that's going to be a kill going back on over to Mixcross. But now the rest of Nova are going to start falling apart as G4 gets caught out. Rocky, unfortunately, he's not as far as ahead as he was in the previous game, so he can't turn that one around. And it's going to be 2 kills, the 1 kill actually, going in favor. No, it was 2 because Ryan went down. 2 kills, as well as the Rift Herald going over to Berjaya for the 1 kill over to Nova.
That was the perfect setup, actually. It's just that they did get Minji here. Beautifully done flash pick. And then they focus all their damage in towards Minji. But then everything just collapsed, and the bullet time was just really well placed by K2. Therefore, it is the time for Nova Esports to just retreat. As, again, very nicely placed bullet time by K2.
Let's see Pop now. Gets himself the control ward. Nautilus is going to walk through that brush, though, so it's probably going to go away unless Mixcross and Pop. Oh, Chili doesn't see it. Hook is there. Here comes Ryan. Lantern on in. Chili, though, able to get to safety. Ends up flashing as well as hooking. Maybe only needed the hook to get to safety, but probably didn't know whether or not Ryan had a ward to go for a ward jump.
That's true. Better safe than sorry for Chili here. Yeah, at least you have the flash burn, so any sort of aggressive maneuver by the bot lane of Berjaya Dragons, which did happen. You flash auto on Mixcross. At least it's denied for the time being. Meanwhile, Pop is going to roam here. And as well as Ozzy. This is the timing. The timing's perfect.
He's going to come down. He is spotted out on a ward. A G4 is also pretty hard to get on top of with the fact that he has level 6 now, so the Rift Walk is available. So unless they catch him on surprise, I don't think G4 will be going down anytime soon. Unless he Rift Walks directly into the middle of the team. That is also a possibility.
Well, I think... Well, he died at the Rift Herald fight earlier.
Yeah, because he ended up doing exactly what he said he shouldn't do, which is Rift Walk directly into the team trying to get a kill. I think he ended up Rift Walking directly into a bullet time as well. So maybe not the best time for
an aggressive move.
For an aggressive Rift Walk. Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
But it'll be perfect. He's just going to be a monster if Berjaya Dragons allows Nova Esports to scale later into the game. They're definitely going to be a scary bunch. Actually, this is the exact duo that we saw between Alpha Esports. It was a Kassadin, it was a Lee Sin as well. At the time, Predator. And so wants it. It looks like that's going to be a no, as they're going to unleash the Rift Herald down at bot. Early plates, early funnel.
Yeah, early plates there, as that's going to go to Chili and K2. Not actually able to rip down the tower. Here comes a teleport, though. That's going to be G4. G4 wants to try and start up the fight. Pop goes to the flash flay. Not able to find it, though. But G4 immediately just gets hammered down. That's going to be K2 just picking up a kill. And you know that thing I just said, Riku, not to do if you're G4? He tried to go for a flank. Little did he know he just flanked himself.
The flanker become the flanky.
I don't know what the... I don't, like... What's your... Like... Boom. Yeah, more people. Chili just all two. But yeah, no, G4, you can't pull that.
Beautiful cast by Enzo, too. So it separated everyone else between the Nova and then G4. And therefore, it was a really nice pickoff. Easy pickoff, actually. And because of that, Berjaya Dragons get the first tower in the game. Looking solid. I mean, this is the exact opposite of what happened in the previous game with Nova Esports. So, Berjaya Dragons is like, okay, we'll not focus on top. We can slow top down, but we will focus on K2 in the bottom side of the map, and therefore reduce Mixcross's effectiveness, which we felt in the previous game against Alpha Esports, and that's what's happening. We see K2 301 right now, very ahead in CS against Mixcross as well. So this is the setup. This is the solution.
Oh, Pop gonna get hooked going over the wall. He ends up getting Enzo to go into stasis. G4 though finds his target onto the Syndra. Never mind, K2 takes the kill. It's going to be a teleport also going to come down here from the Aatrox. Mixed Cross is also taken. And, oh boy.
Ryan. He's fine.
Ryan. Yeah, he's going to be fine. But again, G4 is trying to play his Kassadin like it's 35 minutes. G4, it's only 14 minutes right now, bud. You got to calm down a little.
Yep, at least
At least you got Rocky.
Yeah, you got Rocky side pushing in the lanes, which is the plan B most of the time for Nova Esports. If all else fails, if the team fights, if the skirmishes don't work, so take a look at the replay again. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, that happened. So it was Nova Esports that started the fight. They weren't ready for that. They are not ready at the moment to take these fights unless they can burst someone down.
They're not going to be ready for K2 either, who's now got himself 5 kills
Oh.
on a misfortune. Yeah, no, this MF is going to spank your team pretty good. Infernal going to be also picked up there by Berjaya as Nova can't answer. And yes, you can see the goal graph. It's starting to steadily climb over in favor of the Dragons.
Yep, second dragon of the game, and also for the Berjaya Dragons. Wait, they're chasing G4.
G4 again! Why is G4 over here? He's just going to get chain CC to death. I have so many G4 now. That's now, I'm going to say argue, that's this at least the second time. That's just a complete misplay on the Kassadin.
Oh. Yeah, a
Okay.
little bit extended.
Pretty extended with no vision. And you also heard the dragon take. Oh
yeah,
boy.
I think banking too much on the Rift off, and there's a ton of vision on Berjaya's side, especially on that river area, but at least Nova Esports will get the Rift Herald, the second Rift Herald of the game. One apiece, at least, for both of these teams. But it's a totally different Nova Esports. This is not the same Nova Esports that we've seen in the game that we saw against Alpha.
Oh boy. Well, 7-2 in favor of Berjaya as they start to continue this gold league climb of 3,000 gold. 2 dragons in their pocket. It's going to be an Ocean Soul on the Rift for our game between the 2 squads.
Another Ocean as
See Ryan looking for a play. Chili's nearby. G4. He goes over the wall. Now this time they do catch out Chili. Okay. I thought Ryan kicked him. I thought, how did Chili like go airborne for half a sec? No, he was just clipped into the wall there with his hook. So he's fine. Meanwhile, Rocky bot lane. Hey, it worked last game with the Fiora. Why not try it this time? As he's going to go ahead and continue his split push. Majority of the gold that has been gotten here for Nova is on this Fiora. Here comes Ryan going for the play, looking for the flash kick, able to get it over into the Gragas. It's instantly responded, though, by the Gragas as they're able to turn it back around. Still, though, the kills go on through, and the shutdown finally finds its way onto the Kassadin. Meanwhile, though, Mixed Cross and Pop, they're caught out in the river. Ryan wants to come on over. It's too late, though, buddy. Even with the safeguard, he's going to get taken down. Ozzy finds a kill, and right back there, Dragons reply with 4 kills of their own.
There we go. That was the fight that Nova wanted, but they came back to start another fight that they weren't prepared for because they've already invested so much in this kill with K2. This is very clean by Ryan. Bicycle kick, insect kick, and then Rocky tried his best. Just the MF is just huge right now, and at least they managed to get shutdown gold on G2. Meanwhile, unfortunately, we see the AD carry. We see Mixed Cross and Pop getting caught out. And I thought this was the time for a retreat for Nova Esports, but they still were looking for more.
So, it did look like a solid attempt there from Nova, but it got turned around by... Again, I'm not too sure what Mixed Cross and Pop were really looking for in that river. Again, it's just littered with wards. So it was an easy rotation and collapse for Dragons afterwards. As, Ozzy, you are directly on top of a ward. G4 knows you're there. That's just awkward.
Yeah, it's like, what do I do? Do I let him know that I know that he's there? kind of thing. If
I dance as a BM, like, if I taunt, does he know I'm just taunting? Or
if I stand still, is that the message that you want to send?
by standing still in the middle of the lane. That's how you assert dominance in League of Legends, apparently.
No T-poses here, but you can stand still.
Yeah, no T-poses. They did nerf Kench.
Nerf is actually a nerf.
Kench can no longer force your character into a T-pose if he eats you.
That is the best.
For the rest of the game. Which
I am
is
sad
just,
that
is the
got.
funniest bug
Yeah.
of the, so far of the year.
I wish it wasn't fixed because it was too funny.
Well, it should be fixed. I would hope it's fixed.
It is. All right. I would say the calm before the storm, as a little bit of tick-tock. Baron's going to spawn in a few. Nova Esports still defending that outer tower at top side really, really well. But Dragon is going to spawn in 30 seconds or so. So Berjaya Dragon's looking to get that third so that it speeds up the process of them getting that Dragon Soul for the Dragons. Meanwhile, Nova Esports continuing this push over at top. Mid lane, though, being shoved by the Dragons, and therefore pretty comfy spot to take that Dragon. As Nova, at the moment, will most likely try to invest a little bit more here for Rocky.
Top lane going to get pushed in here, as like you mentioned, more gold onto Rocky. Never a bad thing, as he is currently sitting at the top there, but unfortunately, you look at in response, bot lane. It's just being free push. G4 can't stop this, by the way. So this is Nova saying, all right, well, we're just going to go ahead and trade inhibitor at 20 minutes.
Oh, they don't.
Oh, Shelly's going to be able to get the push off.
Oh,
it's so close. Meanwhile, bot lane, though, G4 is taken out. Inhibitors are taken down by the MVP minions of Nova. Meanwhile, bot lane, G4 was able to stall it out just long enough. Hey, G4 going down for an inhib. Maybe worth?
It is worth. I think it's pretty worth. Tower is still intact, half HP. It's still pretty healthy if you ask me. Let's take a look at that again. Good cast, and then the damage just funnels in. G4, yep, was eating a lot of those bullet time bullets. Bullet time,
yeah. Bullet time meatballs. I thought we
bullet time meatballs. Okay, that's
established
what we agreed to call it.
The meatball hot pot, if you go with a Jarvan Cataclysm. That is going to be the third dragon of the game, though, going in favor of Berjaya. Now only one Drake away from claiming the Ocean Soul. Likely going to get that before the 30-minute mark, unless Nova can try and answer here. I think the big one for Mixtross is he got to get his Runan soon. Because at this point, he's good for single target damage, but team fights, he pales in comparison to a Misfortune if she's able to get a good bullet time off. So that's why you'd like to get a Runans to be able to get multiple Ren stacks onto your enemies. There's G4. He's stacking that Roa. He does have his second point in ult now. He's going to start doing a little more damage. He's still stacking the tier 2. It's a long process here on the side of Nova. The hope is stall long enough and G4 can carry and get the targets taken down on the side of Berjaya. It's a question of whether or not Berjaya is going to let that game, stall out this long. Because I think they have the ability to try and close things out.
Absolutely. And you have to worry about the absence of the usual control mages to support you with the wave clear. And that's why it's going to be difficult if Berjaya Dragons choose to be more aggressive with the lead that they have acquired throughout the 20 minutes. Okay.
Oh, that's going to be a kickback. Oh! Ryan, he tried to make it happen, but no, K2 is just so big at this point. Pop is also going to get caught out. It's a double kill. He's 9-1 and 3. Oh, yikes.
Yikes. Because I understand, right? They saw an opportunity, but the damage is just insane from Minji and especially K2, 913. No jungler at the moment, therefore this is going to be a free Baron. Rocky is still going to be split pushing at bot side.
Like, Rocky can split push all his life. He's got his 3 items, sure, but Baron now being taken. Oh, this is where, especially you just saw how much damage that Misfortune could do during that fight, with just one double up and an auto attack.
Yeah.
Like K2 did not even use bullet time. Let's go ahead and take another look here as Ryan tried to make another big kick. Oh, he messed up on his flash.
He was so close to the Raptor wall, so I think it wasn't able to execute what he wanted to do. Unfortunate. It was we've seen the clean plays from Ryan in the first few minutes of the game, but yep, Berjaya Dragons get a Baron. The good part about what happened earlier, them taking the inhibitor tower, at least it slows that lane in particular down. So, which means they only have to worry about mid lane and especially bot for Nova Esports' side.
We'll see here. Berjaya, K2 is going to pick up his red buff. G4 looking for a flank. Now he's starting to stack that. Archangels, at least, has had the small upgrade. Not fully stacked yet, though. Mid lane, though, is just going to be pushed in here by Berjaya. Nova just let this wide open. Rocky, sure, you're in bot lane, but there's no minions to teleport to. There is that, of course, ward there, but yeah, that's just a free second-tier tower for him.
Okay, Ryan wants that flank, but there's just so... like the flank bicycle kick. But there's just a lot of vision on Berjaya Dragons' side. So this kind of cancels out Nova Esports' desire. Okay, are they going to collapse Rocky? Looks like it's going to be 1v1.
Let's see, 1v1. Rocky realizes something's up, though. He's already pinging. He's trying to make his great escape. He might just try and go down to the tower. That might be his plan. Or he's just going to try and cut the wave as much as he can. But you see, K2 is actually just going to go back. Rocky's just going to bring him on a bit of a trip. Rocky is scary. Like
there is. Yeah.
You saw, he's scary. He's bringing everyone to the party. Enzo's here, too. How many members? That's going to be a flash. Okay, they get the flash. Oh, K2 goes over the wall. Ryan's nearby. He's able to get the parry, but no, K2 is just huge at this point. Now 10-1-3.
Wait, Azzy.
Oh, boy. This ain't good. Oh, this actually could be it. Pop. He's going to get caught out. Taken down here. Enzo picks up the kill on the Gragas. 16-4.
Imagine if the inhibitor didn't respawn on Berjaya Dragons' side, and if Nova Esports tried to stall that a little bit better, I think a huge chunk of super minions would have climbed through the inhibitor, Nexus tower rather, and deal chip damage. And perhaps throughout the game, they can probably play around that, which is not the most reliable source of results or victory in the game. Oh, wait, hold that thought. Minji.
G4 trying again to 1v2. Unfortunately, doesn't work out there, bud, and that's going to be Ocean Soul as well for Berjaya. It's 17-4, Riku. I'm calling this game.
That was interesting. Meanwhile, K2, very brave. You know how confident an AD carry is once they flash in after towards the wall with no vision, by the way, since they do have information that most of the Nova Esports' players were around mid lane anyways. But wait, there's some fights.
It doesn't end here, Riku, as K2, he does get taken down here by Rocky. That's going to be a shutdown. Ryan trying to get close enough for some autos, but oof, Minji deletes him. And once again, it appears to be the Rocky carry show, whether or not he can bring Nova over the finish line here. Or does Berjaya finally actually take him down during a fight?
This is going to be tricky because, again, Berjaya Dragons potentially at the later phases of the game could be running out of time because there's just so much dive on over Esports' side. You have Rocky, you have G4. That is definitely going to bother the backline, Minji and K2, which has been apparent in that scenario in the mid lane where K2 was the only one taken out. They can keep rinse and repeating this, especially once G4 has acquired more items in his inventory. Definitely looking forward to how Kassadin just balloons up for the side of Nova Esports. And again, Berjaya Dragons, they're on a timer. They gotta finish this quick, especially they have K2 10-2-3 right now. Again, a lot of shutdown gold as well to be cashed in by Nova Esports on the side of the Dragons. So this is totally not over yet for Nova. There's still hope.
There's hope, Riku.
There is.
There's hope. Then there's false hope.
I
think there's more false hope in this bag more than anything else.
That is true.
Like, just the way the decision making from Nova, it's been like the only time they've been able to get kills here has been Berjaya making mistakes.
G4, I'm so worried.
G4 is so close to this. He doesn't need to be, but he decides to risk it, and he still got hooked there.
Yeah.
He does get out, but still. Berjaya, it's going to be Elder Drake in about 3 minutes. Here we go. Predator's going to be fought. Oh, the mixed cross is caught out. He does have the lantern to get over to safety.
G4?
He's going to be disengaged here. You can see that damage
Wow.
follow-up. Big play coming out of K2. And the boys, PK was trying to... Well, PK isn't in this game. It's Ozzy who's actually going to be the one picking that one up as K2 actually gets the credit. Pop is taken down. Rocky's trying.
There's a teleport.
Teleport. Are they seriously going to... G4 Rocky, are they seriously going to try and do this? The Aatrox is already here.
They're walking.
Are they trying to backdoor at 29 minutes?
Yeah,
no, you can't.
Oh.
Oh, no, K2's here. K2 could actually one-shot these two boys with a good double up.
Yeah, auto.
And you know what?
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid because the rest of the squad's coming down. The Dragons, apparently they're like wolves. They're in a pack here now. Is K2's going to cut them off? G4 has nowhere to go. Enzo's on the other side of the wall. He flashes the safety. G4 making the great escape. Rocky's going to be the new target. He's going to try and jump in onto K2, but the rest of the squad should help out their 80 carry. There's a knockout as Rocky tried. Meanwhile, Nova, they're making Hail Mary plays everywhere.
G4 is already pushing mid.
G4 going to try and push mid. They're just trying to stall out. G4 starting to run out of mana, by the way. He's got a couple more Rift walks left. Meanwhile, Enzo comes nearby. Nova are trying to take the Baron. Berjaya say thanks for the free Baron? What the heck is going on? Everyone's split left and right. Hook is going to land on the Chili. He pops the Gargoyle Stone Plate. K2's coming over toward the side. You know what time it is. It's critting time as they're going to go ahead and pick up another kill. Mixed Cross taken out. Enzo is just tanking the Baron to keep it from resetting, and that should be going in favor now of Berjaya.
Oh, I don't think there's going to be any possible steals as Ryan will concede. That was a complete, I would say...
Get the Marachas out at this point.
Yeah.
It's a full-blown fiesta. And when in doubt, fiesta it up, it seems to be the motto. It's 21-5. Like, I still understand Nova's attempt here. We got to stall out to the late game.
Yeah, they got to stall.
We're going to waste their time. We're going to do some dumb things on this map and hoping we can stall this game for another couple minutes.
It worked earlier. Like, I think Berjaya Dragons were confused which prioritize. Do we chase G4? Do we go for Rocky? This was an attempt to at least get Chili. Chili is ridiculously tanky. Let's take a look at the push.
All right, Berjaya, they've had enough games. 4 members. Rocky's still trying to backdoor top. Rocky, your team needs you. Mixed Cross is going to get knocked over toward the side. Fake Call is going to come back on out. There's teleport. Bullet time isn't all that good. Mixed Cross is trying to get some damage off, but he's got to get closer to the fight. Minji able to get the kill. Mixed Cross gets critted down, and there's the double slam from the Aatrox. Double kill. And Berjaya, they'll close this game out 25-7 as the Nexus will fall.
I had too many screams in this match. This was very, very interesting. But there you go, Berjaya Dragons.
I guess
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Claim the victory.
He was playing with my heart. That's going to be the victory going on over to Berjaya.
Wow. That was... I have no words for that game. I just want to say Berjaya Dragons had fun chasing Nova Esports around the map from bot lane, going back to Dragon. It's like watching a car chase scene, really, around Summoner's Rift. That's what I witnessed.
Yeah. We witnessed something there, all right? Players, they were waiting too long, and they started getting a little antsy, and they're like, guys, let's just play League.
You just gotta go,
Play League. They just gotta go, but it's not the way they should have gone. I'll say that for the very least. Not the way they should have gone.
Yeah.
That's going to be a victory, though, going in favor of Berjaya. Nova, they now fall... I think that's the end of their round robin, finally. So I think, they fall to a 4-5 record, or it's going to be a 3-6 record overall?
I think it's a 4-5 record, yeah.
4-5 record, I believe, too.
Yeah.
All right, so... actually, no. That's only going to be a 3-6 record.
Oh, 3-6 record.
Yeah, sure, they took the victory, but... Unfortunately, then they lost this game. So
but they won earlier.
Yeah, they won earlier. So it's 3-6 for Nova.
Wow. That is tough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of work to do here. That's the possibility where you could fall down below HKA. I don't know if they'll fall as low as Resurgence, unless Resurgence pulls something out like a miracle, but there's a chance they might miss playoffs the way it's going. You're halfway now through the regular season, so we'll have to see. Let's go ahead and take a look again at the Fiesta.
Yeah.
We should get the music out, guys. I don't hear the music.
The yakety sax and the maracas. But this was NOV Esports in the attempt to probably get a pick, but unfortunately it was Chile that they managed to catch. But it was definitely the K2 game for me on the Berjaya win here. As what a game, 9-1-3 or 10-1-3 was it? But props to Berjaya Dragons, focusing instead of top side to shut down Rocky. They've decided to funnel their resources and just build up on towards K2's items, and it worked well with the Misfortune. A lot of key bullet times were unleashed towards NOV Esports. The very first one was during the Rift Herald take, and it just piled and piled and piled the leads for Berjaya Dragons, and I'm happy. Congratulations.
Yeah, Berjaya Dragons now, they themselves they're in that middle of the pack. They're trying to fight their way up and toward that top 4 to see whether or not they can actually look to get into the winner's side of the bracket. Actually, I think they need to be top 6. Top 6 is technically winner side.
Yes.
The bottom 2, they're kind of put into the lower loser bracket of playoffs. So
yeah.
Right now, I think there's some good signs from Berjaya. Again, though, most of the games that I've seen them, the last 2 in particular, they've been relying on the opposing team to make bad mistakes.
Right.
A lot of times this game, early on, it was like G4 trying to rift walk into 5 people.
Yes.
Mistakes are going to be made. K2, well-deserving. The guy actually did very well, was able to... He stayed alive. That was the biggest one. He only died 3 times. He was the main target, but of course, 40% damage share. So a great job over to K2.
Yeah, great job by the Dragons. Just wasn't really switching up their strategy, but they're very proactive in making sure that K2 had a very nice lane, and in the process also shut down Mixed Cross. And at that point, he had a very large CS lead against the enemy AD carry, and everything all the kills in the world went towards K2. Amazing job.
So congratulations, K2 picks up his first, I think this is his first MVP.
Oh yeah.
For himself, so I think he'll be pretty happy there. You know, he's like, yeah, just, you know, no sweat.
Yeah, no
easy
sweat
game,
at all.
easy life. Apparently that's his motto. So again, congratulations over to Berjaya. And of course, hello everyone on the Thai stream. You're probably wondering, hey, where's our casters? I got good news for you. They'll be back after the break here. We've actually sorted out their issues over on the Thai studio, so we'll be able to bring you guys the action in your local language. So stick around. You see the stream pause, be sure to just refresh the page, and Redla and the boys should be just there with you guys still. For me and Riku, though, we're going to stay obviously on the English side and take a look toward our next match, which is going to be AHQ versus Talon.
Ooh.
Man, of everything happening right now, this is a good sigh of relief for me, Riku.
Yeah.
This is the game I've been looking forward to since the start of the split. These are my 2 top teams when it comes to the power rankings, and right now they're at the top of the standings. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and I do mean only that 10-minute break. And when we're back, it's going to be AHQ taking on Talon.
Who's